guys, welcome back. Today I want to talk to you guys about my current makeup favorites. I just wanted to keep it very simple and do just makeup, because if I go into my current everything favorites, this would be like a 50-minute long video. I'm going to show you the very few things that I've been using in my everyday routine. Like I always say, every day, I don't wear makeup every day, but when I do, these are the products that I have not been able to put down. I feel like I haven't done one of these videos in a while, so I'm just gonna get right into it. It's just a couple of things, but I really wanted to mention them because they have been my holy grails for a few months now. The very first thing that I want to talk about, and I don't want to talk about it because I did not want to love it, Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I regret this purchase so much because I said in my last video, which is the review for this, cannot stop wearing it because I just feel like it makes my skin look so airbrushed and flawless. Did notice I have to put on a very hydrating primer or moisturizer before this because otherwise it's not gonna look glowy and hydrating, and during winter months obviously your skin needs a little bit of a boost. So that's my only recommendation with this, just wear something hydrating underneath. I have no negative things to say other than also it does not last all day long. Although I think I read somewhere that it has like, I don't know how many hours of longevity, but I don't feel like it does on my skin personally. It does last me about 5 or 6 good hours before it starts to like look patchy maybe. Following that, I'm just gonna go in order of like the makeup that I wear. The Anastasia Concealer also. Don't like that it's very whipped and thick in consistency, but once you blend it out, it's super creamy, which is weird. Usually like thick consistencies are like a little bit harder to blend out into like a seamless complexion, but this one, I want to say like full coverage. It does work like sharp, I can never say this, Tarte Shape Tape, but it is also like creamy and hydrating under the eyes. It's a weird thing, but I really enjoy it and I have been using it every time that I do my makeup. So oh, I forgot to tell you the shade for the Charlotte Tilbury, it's 8 Neutral, and the one for this one is 6. Just the number 6. So they play really well together, which is something that I look for when I'm putting my complexion on, because I have trouble areas all over and I want my products to just work seamlessly together so that they don't fall throughout the day. So those two have been working really nice for my textured skin. I have 2 blushes that I've been loving, the Rare Beauty, the shade Encourage, and the Kat Von D blush in the shade Luminairy. These are like completely different, I don't want to say textures, but finishes. This one is matte and this one is very dewy. So it just depends on what I'm looking for that day. If my skin is very dry, I go for the KVD Vegan Beauty one. I keep saying Kat Von D because it used to be, but whatever. I go for this one, and on the days where I feel like I'm not that dry and I just want, you know, a long wearing pigmented blush, this is the one that I use. I just love both of them equally. If I could put them both on and make them work, I probably would. The shades are very different also. I'm wearing this one today, so it's a little bit more of like an orangey peachy tone. This one's like a very dull rosy pink. Let me just swatch them both and show you. They're both really easy to blend too. You can see like the textures are like so different. This one is more of like, I think of like a candied apple, like candy. I feel like when I look at this, I just want to eat candy. I don't know, it's just something that my brain tells me. And then this one looks more like a lipstick, kind of like a more pigmented lipstick. They both blend super easily, which is something that I love about cream products because I'm a little bit more intimidated by them. They last all day on my face, but like I said, this one's a little bit more dewy, so that's what I'm looking for at the moment. But this one is matte and lasts all day. So like I said, it just depends on your type of skin and what you're looking for. Okay, next up is the Beauty Light Wand from Charlotte Tilbury. I also did not want to love this, but I ended up loving it, and I can see the hype. This is in the shade Spotlight, and it is a highlighter. I was not really a highlighter wearer, especially if I'm wearing a dewy blush, because there's already dew on it. You don't want to add like more attention to your skin, I guess. Especially I have like very noticeable pores, so I don't want to bring attention to them. But this, I just apply it right here, and sometimes like under my brow bone, sometimes on my nose. I do want to look a little bit more glowy. It has the most subtle glow. It's not something that looks textured or that makes your pores look more noticeable. It's just very subtle and it melts right into your skin, and you can't really tell that you're wearing highlighter. It just looks very subtle, like the sun is just kissing you and you just look glowy. That's it. So that's why I love it. Otherwise, I wouldn't really wear a highlight that would look noticeable, accentuate my texture or anything like that. So this definitely stole my heart. So I did not think that I would like this shade, but it just looks really nice on my skin. And that's what it looks like. Next up for powder, this is the only powder that I have been using. I haven't been using powder blush, powder bronzer, any powder, just this. And I didn't really realize that I was so into it until I thought to myself, what are my current favorites? And then I reached into my makeup bag and I'm like, I have been using this forever and I never talk about it. It's the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. There's even a dent in it and I didn't even realize, like, I was using it so much. And I only use this like to set my problem areas. Definitely my under eyes because they crease like crazy. And then also my forehead, my chin, right here, which I forgot to say that this blush does accentuate pores because it's so dewy. So I do have to set right here after putting it on. I'm actually shocked that e.l.f. created something so good, because for powders, I'm very picky. I don't want it to make my skin look dry. I want my makeup to last and I want it to take care of my creases under my eyes. So that's just like the top 3 things that I look for in a powder, and this has been working for me. So I'm gonna give it an honorable mention. And I forgot to mention with my concealer, this brush, I've been loving it so much. It's so easy to use. Anybody can blend any cream products with this brush. And it is the It Brushes For Ulta in the number 103. This is what I use for under my eyes specifically because it's so tiny. It's a little bit dense, but not too much because it still bends when I go like this. But it does a great job at blending out the concealer and making it just blend into my skin and look so seamless. This is what I've been using. I haven't used a sponge in I don't even know how long, because I've just been into brushes lately, and this one has been my best friend. So next up in the eyes brows category. So I have been using this Well People, that's all it says on here. The brow gel in the shade dark brown. It's a very, I think I got this at Target. It's a very pigmented, thick brow gel. That's the best way I can think of to describe it. It has a very small wand, but it's so easy to use. You literally brush it on your eyebrows. You go like 3 strokes maybe, and you get enough pigment. It lasts all day long. I just put brow gel on top to like really seal like the hairs, because my hairs are a little bit curly. That is all I do on my eyebrows. The shade is a little bit, I feel like, too warm for me right now. Like a little bit of a red tint behind it, and my hair is very black right now. I think this is the darkest shade that they have, which is something that I don't like because it doesn't work for me 100%. But when it comes to the formula and the longevity, I love this. So if you see it at Target, snatch it, because you're not gonna be able to stop using it. For mascara, I feel like I only have had one favorite, the Bad Girl Thing mascara from Benefits. I saw somebody on TikTok do like, I have tried 100 mascaras and this is the one that works the best, and this was one of them. So I was like, yes, I totally feel you on that, because this is the best mascara on the market. I put it on my lashes. They last up like this all day long. It doesn't smudge, just stays. Wherever you put it, your eyelashes are gonna stay. So that's why I have not been able to stop using this, I feel like, for years now. Also, the Lash Princess from Essence, I put it on my top lashes because this one does smudge on me. So if I put it on my lower lashes, I'm gonna look crazy by the end of the day. On my top lashes, it works amazing. I have this one on my top lashes and this one on my bottom today. Yeah, like I said, only downfall is I don't like that this does smudge throughout the day. If you don't have oily skin, I wouldn't worry about it, but this one, for my oily skin, it does smudge. So just something to keep in mind if you're gonna purchase. Last thing I want to mention is Milani Lipsticks. Oh my gosh, you guys. I feel like these are like the perfect dupe for, is it the Ariane Beauty new lipsticks and the Anastasia new lipsticks and the Mario new lipsticks? They all have like the same velvety consistency, and I feel like, why would you spend so much money on a lipstick when you have these? And I'm showing all of the shades that I'm currently loving because I can't just pick one, especially for winter time. I feel like I haven't really used the pink one as much, but the other ones, oh my gosh. Let me just swatch them on my arm for you right now. They just look so smooth. Look at that. Like so velvety. So these are all the shades. I did a terrible job swatching. Let me just like break my arm for you. So these are all the shades, and I'm gonna go in order here. I don't even know how to do this because they're like crooked. I should have gone like right here, but anyways. So this shade right here, which is the one I am wearing today. Yes, this one is the shade Tease. Next up right here is the shade Passion, which all have like awesome names. Up the pinky one here is the shade Sensual. This one right here, which is like the perfect nude, is the shade Pleasure. The very bottom one here, which is like a more warm brown, can you even see, like I hope you can see what I'm doing, is in the shade Desire. So when you first purchase them, you feel like some of them might be duplicates. Like I feel like the two browns here, I was like, are they the same? But when you swatch them, you can see that they're all different. I try to put like a gloss on top sometimes because I do feel like sometimes my lips, like my skin overall, is just very dry. So these are very matte. So if you want something a little bit more shiny, these might not be for you unless you put like a gloss on top, which I have today. I think this is it, you guys. It's not that much, but it's just a couple of favorites that I wanted to mention because I have not been able to put them down. And I want the world to see how amazing these products are. Hopefully they work for you as well if you have combination skin like me or like large pores, stuff like that. Hopefully you can relate to my love for these products. That's it from me today. I thank you guys so much for stopping by, for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!